Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite podcast. Your solo episode. You know.
Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
With Griffin.
Welcome back to Riffin with Griffin.
With Griffin, yeah.
Riffin with Griffin.
With Griffin, baby.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we back in the house. You know, I've been doing all these interviews. I don't think anybody likes them. I don't know how to do this podcast. I'm almost at 100 episodes and I still don't have it right. So I say, you know what? Let me just go to what I feel comfortable with right now. And it's just me just talking about stuff in the world. So here I am. This is a completely solo episode, Riffin with Griffin, and I hope you enjoy it. This is Riffin with Griffin.
With Griffin, yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
With Griffin.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Just an abrupt stop in music. Nobody cares. But anyways, guys, yeah, so after the world went crazy, coronavirus happened, and everything shut down. I've talked about it numerous times. I was in Tennessee just doing shows at Chattanooga, and I was like, and then after that, that's it. The world just went completely bananas. And so then trying to figure out how to do the podcast, I don't necessarily want people coming to my place. A lot of people don't want to come, so other people are still doing their podcasts. So I don't got Rogan money where I got a doctor on site doing blood tests and doing, and other people that don't care. And then, people doing other podcasts. Brian and fucking Shab, they freaking got coronavirus. So it's like, you know what I mean? So I don't want to go places. I don't want people coming here. So I'm doing it like this sort of Zoom. I actually record FaceTime calls. But I can tell by the viewership, people just don't like it. I don't know what to say. I don't know if you don't like it. I don't know if you don't like me, or if you only like people. If you only like I feel like people that watch my podcast, and there are some really good fans. Like you got the people that come every week. You've been here since the beginning. It's a small group of loyal fans, and then I have a bunch of people that only want to see Tom Segura, Bobby Lee, Andrew. Like you only want to see those guys because when they're not on, you don't watch my podcast. So the people that are watching right now, obviously you just want to watch me. So here I am. I'm just going to do a solo episode. I'm going to do a bunch of solo episodes, even though I have some big guests for like 98, 99, 100, because 100 episodes is a big deal. But this is how I started. It was just me in my place talking smack on a GoPro. So here I am once again. I had a really great day, really great Sunday. Today's Sunday. I'm going to put this out the same day. Every Sunday, my girlfriend's family does a Zoom call with her grandmother. Her grandmother lives in Florida. She's by herself. And so they just, they do like little videos and stuff. And we get on a Zoom call and we share the videos. And it's actually really nice. I could tell she really enjoys it. So I really enjoy doing that. And then Rachel and I went on a drive to Malibu. We like going to this place called Paradise Cove Cafe, right? So it's way up to PCH. It's a nice drive. It's past Pepperdine. So we go. And we get to the place. Now, we've gone before. Now, they got the best Kobe beef ribs. It's at a good price. Delicious ribs. So we went when in the middle of quarantine, restaurants weren't really open yet. So they were doing takeout. So we got the Kobe beef ribs. We actually went, but it was actually a hassle because we had to call and they were like, we're actually not doing the ribs. But then the lady goes, but secretly you have to ask about them and we'll do it. So we call it first. This is back in the day. And then, they were like, well, we don't have them. But hey, we just talked to the manager. They're like, oh, okay, hold on. And then we picked up the ribs. So now we go. And for some reason, it's jam-packed today. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but PCH was jam-packed. The beaches were packed. I don't know if you've ever driven on PCH for the people in LA, but you drive along and then there's all those little parking spots. So when the quarantine first started, it was a great drive. Nobody was around. Now it was just jam-packed. And we stop at this place, there's a Fred Siegel. There's this, the Civic Center in Malibu, I think it's called. And they got all these little outdoor shops and little mall area. That shit was jam-packed. And then I have an electric car. So usually when I go, there's 5 or 6 electric spots that you can go and you can park. None of these shits are working, And by the way, side note to bitch about something else. Look, if you want us to drive electric cars, or you want me to come to your establishment and you have an electric car charging thing, make sure the motherfucker works, okay? Because that's why you made it like, hey, come here, you can charge your car, come to my shop. If the damn electric shit ain't working, then I'm like, oh, you get stressed out. There's like a phobia about it, you know? I got to find out what that phobia is, but you get all stressed like, damn, am I going to make it home? So it's like we go, 2 of the electric things aren't working. And then there's like a library right down the street, the Malibu library. They have free ones there. Of course, that's full. There's a Whole Foods in the back, and they got some like charge points. One of them's full, and another one, there's like a Porsche parked in the electric parking thing. And that pisses me the fuck off. If you don't have an electric car, don't park in the electric parking. Just, you know, I wanted to key this motherfucker's car. I was going to pop his tires. I was going to be a white woman out there like, where's security at? You know, I was going to Karen the fuck up out there. I swear to God. So, all right, anyways, Paradise Cove, they actually offer free charging too. So, I'm thinking it's packed all the way there. Driving in, it's packed. The parking lot is packed. You know, they got outdoor seating on the beach. That's packed. You know, the lady on the phone's rude as hell. It's a 4-hour wait. You know, I don't know if there's going to be ribs or not because we want to get the ribs. So they go, all right, we get there. The charger's free, which is perfect. So I need to charge my car for like an hour or two just to make sure, you know, Rachel goes in and then she has to go around the back. So I'm parking the car and I go, where are you? She's like, I'm in the back. And then like there's the security guy out front is being like a Nazi about the masks. Now listen, I'm all about wearing masks. I think it helps people. Let's be safe, right? But hey, watch your tone. How you tell me to put my mask on? Okay, all you doing is inciting nonsense when you acting like a bitch. Well, yeah. Hey, you need to put your mask on. You need to put your mask on. Hey, where's your mask? You know, it's like, yo, tone it down a little bit, okay? Tone it down. You know, like just. You still in the service business, motherfucker. So act like it. You know what I mean? So anyway, I can't stand anywhere you go where people like this sort of mask attitude. It's like, yeah, tone your shit down. So we have to deal with that. Then it turns out you have to go in the back of the building. So you go in the back and there's like the beach is right there. And this is the most ghetto ass beach in Malibu because people come from all over the place and it's just people with their kids and babies and like weird ass camping shit. And they're all out there on the beach. And so you go around the back of the restaurant and you have to order in the back. So there's a long ass line. Rachel's got to deal with some lady has an attitude with her. Finally get to the front of the line and we go, yeah, well, we just want the Kobe beef ribs on the menu that we've ordered before. We want that to go. Now the guy's like, well, yeah, you know, we have the outdoor because people can order food out there. And then they take it to go and they sit at these like cabanas that they have set up 6 feet apart, you know, but you have to like sign up for one of those. We just want some motherfucking ribs to go. Can't get them. We can't get the menu ribs. Like we have to wait 4 hours to get a table. Then we can get those ribs. But we can't get this from the same fucking restaurant. We can't order the ribs that we get off the menu and then take it home. No, we have to order some outside beach menu. So we end up getting some fish tacos, which end up being cold because I said, let's just eat them in the car. So it just was a whole thing, but it was a nice drive. It was a beautiful day and I love spending time with my girl. So that was today's bitchy, whatever, what happened to me today. But you know, you got to take time, to like, you know, get with your loved ones and take some time and go. All right. But anyways, a few things I wanted to talk about today, just some shit that's been on my mind. The first thing is, what happened to Disney Plus, y'all? What happened? You know, I had like a podcast like 20 episodes ago. I was talking about the streaming wars, like who's in number one? What's it looking like? You know, and what the fuck happened to Disney? Disney was supposed to have all these Marvel shows that were supposed to come out, all this original content. They dropped Mandalorian on us, and then they haven't done shit since. What's going on? And then they made this announcement that the other shows aren't even going to be on the network. And I'm like, what? Like, why did I buy this shit? Why did I get Disney Plus? Now, I'll say this. If you subscribe to Hulu, okay, if you're a Hulu person, you should for sure have Disney Plus, okay? You got to get Disney Plus. If you have Hulu, you should get Disney Plus because it's only like $1 more. You know, because they bundle it with ESPN. So It doesn't necessarily cost you any extra. If you are a Hulu person, you should get Disney Plus. But I got it, and I'm not a fan now. Like, I feel like it's been all a scam. To me, it's a whole big money grub, with all these streaming services. Look, let's just be real about it. Netflix is king. Netflix is winning. Excuse me. Netflix is winning. They're going to win. They're winning. They're blowing all these things away because they already have it in place. The only other streaming service that I think is right on par with them and probably secretly doing just as well is HBO, because we've been paying for HBO way before Netflix was even a thing. They've been getting $15 a month from us for fucking a decade, right? So they got their HBO Max, which is great. HBO Max is great, but it's basically HBO Go. They're going to get rid of HBO Go. I got fish tacos on my head right now, and I'm all in my throat. Sorry. So they got rid of HBO Go. They're going to phase it out, and it's just going to be HBO Max. So HBO looked at what Netflix was doing and said, oh, this is cool. We don't got to be just movies. So let's get some TV shows, which they already done. They had Game of Thrones. They had all these kind of shows, but they're going, you know what? Let's just actually also buy let's buy some old content like Friends and those kind of things. Let's just put it on HBO Max. We'll make some new cartoons. We'll make some new shows, and we'll still do what we've been doing. But that's how we will be competition with Netflix, because we'll start being a place where people can bring their stuff. So it's like Big Bang Theory ends, and they're like, okay, let's put it on HBO. So they're stealing things that way. So HBO Max secretly to me is number 2 to Netflix. But Apple TV, Disney, these two in particular, these two greedy fucks. That's the only way I can describe it. They're just greedy. Like, what is the point? Like Apple should have just worked with Netflix. They already got the infrastructure. They already got the thing. Work out a deal so we can get the content that we want. It's about the people. But they made it about the money. They said, well, if Netflix is getting a subscription service, we should too. But they should have seen that this ain't easy. You can't just throw shit. You can't throw 3 shows on your network and people be like, ooh, well, we got to get that. No, look, with Netflix, they're continuously putting out shows. Constantly. They're spending $1 billion in new content all the time. They're taking the money that we pay them for the subscription and they're recycling it fast so they can put out content and at the same time make a profit margin. So these other things, Disney and Apple, they thought, oh, we're going to do the same thing. No, bitch, you ain't prepared for it. Your shit sucks, okay? It sucks. You lost. And you know the people that really lose? We lose. We are losing because of it. Because now you can't find the shit that you want. You got to look all over the place. You got like 7 bills on your damn credit card of all these dumb services that you have to work out when they should have just bundled the shit together like cable. That's what cable did. That's where like, you know what? Instead of people doing all this shit, let's put it all together. That's what they should have done. But no, now we got to deal with freaking, Disney. And it's like, look, I watched all the Marvel movies. I loved it. When I first got Disney Plus, I was like, oh, this is dope. I get to watch all the Marvel movies, Iron Man. I get to watch Captain America. Oh, this is great. But then it's like, oh, all the Disney movies, Aladdin. Then quarantine hit and we watched everything. Now I'm looking at this shit like, why am I paying for this? Why am I paying for this? Where's the new shit? So I think Disney made a mistake. I think they should have worked with Netflix, not try to do this shit on their own, because you're failing. Your shit sucks. The product sucks. It's just not enough. I hate it. And then Apple, don't even get me started. That's just a disaster. Apple TV is a disaster. All right. These streaming services, Quibi's another one. I'm mad at Quibi because I went in to pitch something and they didn't buy it, so I'm mad at them. So, but why would you want that? Like, why? I don't get it. I don't get what the thought process was, but that turned out to be another disaster. I read a thing that said like only 5% of the people went past the free subscription on Quibi, and nobody's watching. Nobody wants to watch. Nobody wants to watch A-list movie stars just on their phone. Okay, there's a 9-year-old in Milwaukee who I watch on my phone. That's who people watch on their phone. He's doing a dumb dance with a dog. That's phone stuff. Okay, I just dropped my phone. See, That's phone shit. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like some 19-year-old twins who are like doing something with a pit bull. That's shit you watch on your phone. All right. People at the beach falling down. That's phone shit. No, not Matthew McConaughey. All right. I want to see, not, you know what I mean? Like they got all these A-list stars thinking that we want to know. I don't want to look at A-list stars like this, bitch. I want to look at A-list stars on the movie screen, on my TV. Okay. Because then it's like, because we know that we need high production value because you're bringing high production. You're bringing, you're raising the quality of performance and acting because you put money into that. So show it to us on, you know what I mean? You don't go to Ruth Chris and eat at a picnic table. That's who wants that? You want the ambiance of the A-list celebrity. I go eat when you go spend $70 on a porterhouse steak at some fancy ass restaurant or wherever y'all go. Some of y'all go to Sizzler. Either way, you want the whole thing to look nice. That's the whole point of it. So I get my steak with the candle, the three waiters that come over, the music playing, the nice tablecloth. That's how you want to eat a good ass steak. Not on a picnic table at a park, because that's what Quibi is. Quibi's like, here's some filet mignon, but you got to look at the shit on a fucking coaster. Like what? I don't know. Anyways, money grabs. You know what I mean? That's all it is. It's all money grabs. So Netflix is king. These people should have worked out deals with Netflix. I think Apple, Disney, all the movie studios who have their own thing, shit don't work. One that I think that does sort of work, but it's so specific, it's a niche market, is DC Universe. Didn't talk about DC Universe last time I did a thing, and I should have. I actually love DC Universe. And by the way, DC Universe they actually have a deal with HBO because like all the shows that are on DC Universe, they actually end up on HBO Max or the major ones. But DC Universe, you can look at comic books, you can see all the DC cartoons, all the DC movies, and they have original content like Harley Quinn. There's 3 great shows on DC Universe: Harley Quinn, Titans, and Doom Squad. All great. And what I love about them is adult content. They're all for adults. It's adult. There's cursing, there's violence, there's blood. I love that type of shit. It's like I call it rated R Robin. That's what Titans is. It's like Robin is gritty and I love it. Okay. Don't like the guy that played Batman. I don't really think that guy could be Batman, but that's not even, it doesn't even matter. It's still great. So, and I'm sure they're coming out with other new stuff, but all these cartoons and stuff, and then it goes over to HBO Max. Like Harley Quinn is great. Great cartoon. My buddy Ron Funches plays like a killer shark in it. That shit's dope. Harley Quinn is just a funny, raunchy cartoon. Harley Quinn raunchy. So I do suggest you, if you want to say, well, do I want to spend like $7 a month on something else? Or you could just get HBO. If you already have HBO, you have HBO Max, just wait and like the shows come, because Harley Quinn just came to HBO Max right now. So I think that one's doing good. But like I say, I just think these other ones, Hulu I think is also a winner just because you can see all the network shows, a lot of network shows, and they have a lot of original movies and original content. So I still think it goes. Right now I'm ranking it. Netflix is king. No one is even close. Then I would say HBO Max right now I think is second. Then Hulu bundled with Disney and ESPN, and then Amazon. Now Amazon has some great shows. Amazon does have, but Amazon don't give a fuck. They make it so much money. They're just like, they got refrigerator money. So they don't care about content. They just go, okay, let's just put some content out just to compete. But it's not their focus. But they do have some great content on there. But it's not enough to say beat Netflix. I mean, Netflix got so many great movies and shows. It's like even they'll put out, so they have a lot of shitty shows too, right? But they put out so much content that they don't have to worry about if the 2 big shows they put out tank, because they got 100 shows and maybe 20 of them are good, and that's great odds when you talk about TV, because TV, it does so bad every year in terms of shows that come on and they just get canceled. But I think that Netflix is still king. Nobody's gonna beat Netflix, and I feel like these things are gonna cave and they're just gonna be like, hey, let's work out a deal, But like I said, I think it's Netflix, HBO Max, and then like a subsidiary of that being DC Universe. But that's such a niche market that I don't really count it in the rankings. Because like I say, you can look at comic books on there. I mean, it's a really, like, if you're into comic books, if you're a nerd like that, I really do suggest you check out DC Universe. Go get the free subscription and check that out. Yeah, but I really was talking shit about this because I just feel like Disney Plus is a damn scam. Like, where are you, Disney Plus? What are you doing? Put out your fucking shows, man. What's going on? I want to see Mandalorian season 2. We in a damn pandemic, at home doing nothing. A lot of us, or some of us are just, struggling to pay bills, depressed. Like, put out content. Put out this shit that makes it so they'll be like, oh, okay, I can distract myself for a little bit from all this freaking craziness. All right, that's my rant about the Netflix. Now, here's what I'm talking about now. You guys know, if you've been watching my podcast for this whole time, and if you're new to me right now, I love 90 Day Fiance. I love all the shows. Like, they have 90 Day Fiance, all these different ones. But I just started watching this new one called 90 Day Fiance The Other Way. This shit is bananas. Bananas. Now, 90 Day Fiance is basically somebody from America. Like, the original was somebody from a foreign country, usually somebody who wants to move to the United States. They're probably attractive sometimes, most of the time they got something, and they find some lonely ass American. All right. This is 80% of the time. It's some lonely person who's like, it's unfortunately older, fat, just like, out of shape, or there's something weird about them. And then, they got some kind of quirk, and then they have 90 days to get married, and so that person can get a green card. It's really transparent. When you watch the show, you're just like, what the fuck are you doing? That person don't love you. They just want your money. Now, there's a small percentage, like I say, 20, 25, 30% of the people, it's a couple that you go, well, they look like a good-looking couple. But they even got problems because they'll be like, the families get together and they're crazy, or one of them's just a complete nutbag and it causes all this friction, right? But for the most part, it's a couple, two people you go, that chick don't love you, dude. She just trying to get a green card. I mean, that's, you watching the and then the drama of the show is all the bullshit that the person goes through with this person. Now, 90 Day Fiance to me is just, it's like emotional catfishing. Like, Catfish is another show I love to watch before. But at this point, how you still getting catfish, right? But Catfish is like, that's all about, it's so superficial because it's all about looks, It's all about somebody lying about who they really are appearance-wise. Now, everything after that, because if you're lying about how you look, you're probably lying about your job, you're lying about your career, you're lying about where you live, you're lying about, if you're a woman and you're pretending to be a man, I mean, everything you say after that is nullified because you're not the person that you said you are, even physically. So we obsess about that when we watch Catfish because we're like, that person is not who they saying they are. But all the little details, that's the shit that happens in 90 Day Fiance. All those details, the details of lies, it's emotional catfishing, because even with catfish, like, why does catfish work? Like, what happens to people? Like, a lot of us sit at home, we watch these kinds of things and we go, oh, that'll never happen to me, but you don't realize, because before the internet, people were getting conned all the time. People get conned, people lie about who they are, what they are, like, and even before the internet, there was no way to really even fact check, or you can't catch anybody. But imagine how people were getting conned before people can just have a fake license, or, I mean, I'm just saying this, I know you're sitting at home and you're going like, well, that would never happen to me, but you would be surprised. So what is it? What is the psychological trauma that's going on with people? Like, why do people have this need to feel loved? Or is that what it is? Like, or is it like, I want to save someone? Like, it's some kind of weird thing when you're somebody and you go, here's someone someplace else, and they're always in a terrible situation, and what does this need to feel like, well, I'm going to fix that person's life and I'm falling in love with them? I'm trying to understand it because I get it. I've been catfished in the past, because I'm old school. I like when it first started. You know, I was around when the internet just, you know, I'm from the golden age of the internet. You know, Yahoo Chat, you know, and all that kind of shit. Where they got rid of all that because it was just like perversion everywhere, right? So it was easier to get catfished back then. So, you know, it's happened to me, but like, you know, you wonder like, what is the mentality of somebody that does that kind of stuff? So catfish, we kind of understand, it's really transparent. You know, we look at it and we go, the person's lying about who they are and we know why. The person's either like, you know, they feel like they're ugly or they actually are ugly or whatever. They're using a model's picture. So they that's their standard of beauty. They think that I should look like this and they don't look like that. And so what happens is we look at it and go, oh, that's fucked up. Now, 90 Day Fiance is a whole other thing though. It's like that girl, Nicole. I talked about her before. You know, just cute fat chick. She cute, you know, got cute face, but she's giving all her money to this skinny Moroccan dude, moving her kids. The kid part, I just don't understand. I just don't get it. She gonna take her kid to Morocco. What, bitch? What the fuck you doing? Like you getting you getting catfished, emotionally catfished, and you bringing your kid into it? I just don't get it. Now they got this new one, this new version. 90 Day Fiance The Other Way. Now this is even worse to me because what it is now is here's the American, and instead of them marrying somebody so they can get their green card and live in the United States, these dumb motherfuckers are gonna go live in these batshit crazy places with the person they met on the internet. I just want to go through the couples so you can get a gist. All right. First couple, Jenny and Sumit. Jenny's 60. Okay. She a 60-year-old grandma, got barely any money in the bank, got a lot of she got grandkids, her daughter, three daughters. Everybody loves her. She happy. She in a relationship with this motherfucker from India. He's 30. She's 60. He's 30. They barely know each other. I don't know how long they've been. See, I don't know if this is season 2 or whatever, but I love not knowing the backstory because I like looking at this and being like, how the fuck did these two people get to this point? But she only got like $4,000 in the bank and she gonna move to India. And he lying his ass off. He talking about I live with I think this motherfucker's married. I haven't seen all the season yet, so I'm knee deep in it. So you probably already know, and I'm telling you now. So wait till I talk about it again once I find out all the thing. But he talking about he living with his parents and he can't be with her because they'll disown him because she came and they met and it looks crazy. She's 60. Like listen, I age, whatever. It's just a number. I get it. But there's other factors that go into you uprooting your life, leaving your grandchildren, you leaving your family because of some dude. You gonna move to India? You moving to India, bitch? I don't get it. People say they're in love, but what? It's always poor people. If I feel like people with no options that think love is the end all. Like there's no common sense, nothing. You just gonna uproot your life, take your $4,000 savings, and go to India with a 30-year-old? Who they crazy? That whole relation. And so I'm knee deep in it right now, where he left her at home because his parents wanted him to come back. Because by the way, he lived with his parents. He 30, lived with his parents. Now I know that's how they do it in that part of the world, but when you're coming from your part of the world, these cultures collide, So what the fuck? Anyway, Jenny gonna find out the truth. I think he's married. I think it's not his parents he lived with. Now, and imagine how fucked up that is. But what I'm saying is that's how easy it is to emotionally catfish someone. Because you don't, like when you're doing a long distance relationship, when you're doing an over the internet relationship, only thing that's real is the moments when you're talking with each other. There's no consequences. There's no outside forces. You're only dealing with this, and you can say and be and do whatever you want. Once you get together, life gets in the way because you got to pay bills. You got to actually get along with each other. You got to deal with each other's quirks and idiosyncrasies. And that's real life. And that's harder. That's why people want to live on the internet, because it's just a fucking lie. So that's Jenny and Summit. I don't know what it is. So I bet you he had to leave because his wife was like, where the fuck are you? You know what I mean? All right. Then you got Jihoon and Deavan. This one's crazy. Okay. He Asian. Fine. I have nothing against that. He lives in South Korea with his parents in a shitty ass apartment. It's a little as fuck. Okay. He lives in South Korea with his parents. He meet this girl, Deavan. She fine. She cute. You know what I mean? She's fine. Her pictures make her, she got to work on her makeup. I just think that dark, I'm not a fan of like dark hair, dark makeup features. You look, and then she got this little girl named Drusilla, monster. The kid is a monster. But Drusilla? Like, I don't get that name. I don't know why you would name your kid Drusilla, but she probably got her reasons. More power to her. So they talking on the internet for like, I don't know how long, They finally meet up and he gets her pregnant. Like, what? She 23. She only 23 with like a 6-year-old. So she should know better herself. But he's so enamored by this American beauty. He come, bust right in her, and she pregnant. So now, no matter what, they wrapped up in each other's lives for the rest of their lives. So she talking about moving to South Korea. She gonna take a little monster kid and move to South Korea? What? I don't get it. And then the parents had to come and accept her. So their relationship is just weird. I can tell that reality is going to get in the way of that relationship. Because why would you want to leave? She live in a nice house with her family. He came and he looking around the house and he's like, damn, this house is nice. Jihoon was like, shit, my house sucks compared to this. So he's like, I don't know how she's going to deal with it. So I can't wait to see what happens with that. All right, then there's Paul and Karine, and they in a little shit fish town in Brazil. Okay. Paul is a man baby. This motherfucker was living with his mother, got barely any money. He goes over there, gets her pregnant. She get pregnant, and she has a miscarriage, and then she mysteriously gets pregnant again. And he's like, the only smart thing he's saying is, I need to get this baby tested. We need to do a DNA test. Yeah, motherfucker, you need to do a DNA test because she got pregnant too fast. But like, he don't got no money. He don't got no money. He got nothing. And he goes to live in some backwater town. Motherfucking, there's pigs and shit in the street. He go, and then she is so worried that so they live in a place where the medical facilities aren't necessarily like they are in the United States. So it's already scary. She already had a miscarriage, but she's scared to be by herself. So she want to move to some even more backwater town where they got to go on a 5-day weird ass yacht boat to go to her village so she could be with her mom. And he trying to find work, right? But then come to find out that he has a record. He got legal problems where he can't even get work or a visa. They calling him a terrorist. And the way he's such a baby. Just the way he reacts to things. He just like flies off the handle, and they can't speak English. They can't speak the language to each other. So they're using a Google translator. The shit is bananas. They always fighting. And then she on her phone talking with other dudes, getting money from other American men. So I'm like, yo, Paul, why did you move? I just don't get the process of uplifting your life and moving to, not like you move into a first world country, you move into some backwater third world country. And then in that third world country, you go into the third world part of the third world country. I just don't get it. That couple, like, they bananas. Okay. And so, and she's about to burst, and then how they gonna, and then he is so stubborn. Like he don't got no money. He got his little savings, which I don't know how much the fuck that is. And he don't want to spend money. Like, so they go look at some houses, right? And the houses, like one of them's like 1,000 American a month. It ain't even nice, by the way. But it had air conditioning, and in that fucking place is okay. So the girl's like, we can't afford this. You ain't even working, and you're supposed to take care of me. That kind of attitude, by the way. But anyways, that's a whole other thing. So then they go look at another one. This one's like $250 a month. I looked at Rachel and I was like, yo, we could go live there. we could live like we could have a palace in that little village. But anyway, he don't want to live there. He's like, I like the other one better. Bitch, you don't got a job, Paul. You can't even work. You on the fucking terrorist list. You might get deported, and you talk about you want the little shit hut with the air conditioning over the other one that you can afford. They crazy. So I can't wait to see what happens with them. All right, what's some other ones? Ronald and Tiffany. This is the one I don't understand. Now, Ronald, love his family. They in South Africa. Dangerous ass South Africa. Love his family. His mom is the sweet lady. His family is sweet. But Ronald is a gambler. So he has a problem. He gambled away all his money. He has an addiction. He has a gambling addiction. So he went into fucking rehab because of it. And they were together. I don't know how. So Tiffany is this cute, heavyset lady chick, and she got like a little 8-year-old son. So they have this like online romance. He's in South Africa, and they keep talking about what he put me through because she didn't know about his gambling addiction and all this shit. And I'm like, that should have been enough. It's a wrap. For the simple fact that she's not by herself. She has her 8-year-old son, and she got the 8-year-old son calling him dad. What? So this motherfucker. So Tiffany, that's her name. Tiffany and Ronald. Tiffany, she gets her son, right? Don't tell her family, nobody, nothing about how, yeah, Ronald can't come to the United States because he got a criminal record. That's because he's a criminal, by the way. And there's more shit on his record due to his gambling addiction that he got into some criminal activity. And she's still like, I'm going to move, me and my son are going to go to South Africa. What? For love? Are you kidding me? So then they get there, she get there and he's revealing his shit. This is all that I've done. He don't got a job. He don't got no money. The sister comes and, Tiffany's like, you can call him brother. And the sister's like, first of all, can I talk about this? I can't stand that shit. Just because when your family member gets if you have a brother and your brother starts dating a chick and they serious, but you don't really know her that well and you don't know what's going on, don't fucking tell me, oh, this is your sister now. It ain't my sister, motherfucker. I don't know this bitch. I don't know her. Okay? So let me get to know her. Let us build a relationship. And then I'll tell you when I would be like, okay, she's like family to me now. But I ain't going to be on your timeline. Okay? So I totally was with the sister. She was like, yeah, y'all ain't married yet. So he Ronald to me. And I was like, you damn right. Don't make any sense. I just don't understand why you would put. And then she keeps talking about South Africa ain't safe because the shit ain't safe. They get married, which is bananas to me, but they get married. Her mother can't even come. They get married. Then they go look at apartments. He don't got a job. They go to the realtor, and the realtor's like, well, how much money do you make? And they go, well, you can't afford the good place because in South Africa, you have to live in a gated community with fucking security. You got to have electric fences, and it's crazy. And Tiffany's like, well, I can't have my 8-year-old son. He can't be running in the streets because they'll snatch him up. He'll be human trafficked all over the damn place. Like in South Africa, the way they describe it in the show, it ain't good. So they go to this bullshit apartment building, and she, the lady's like, yeah, this is the security. There's the fences with the electricity. And listen, if somebody comes, this is what the realtor said to her. If somebody comes, somebody trying to get in, there's a lot of people around. So you just got to scream. Somebody will come. What, bitch? What? Bye. I'm out. Okay. I'm out. You lost me on electric fence. I'm out. Okay. I'm taking my 8-year-old son and we out. But now she in a position where she got to move to South Africa because this motherfucker can't get a job and he got a criminal record. He ain't going to be able to get a visa because he got a criminal record. It's like all that shit to me is more important than love. All that stuff is like, you know what? And I've been in love. I'm in love right now. Okay. So I'm saying this, before you go down the road of being in love with someone, you need to find out what the motherfucker looks like, internet people, what they look like, what do they do, what's the truth behind everything? Is it practical? This is the stuff you need to find out before then you don't come later and be like, well, I'm in love, so I'm going to do it. It's like, bitch, what? Like, you can't, no. So Tiffany and Ronald, I don't know what's going to happen with that situation, but the shit is crazy. 2 more couples and we're going to go. This couple I can't stand. Evelyn and Corey. I hate Evelyn. Okay? Like, I get in trouble because people are like, don't call women bitches. Listen, I call everyone a bitch because I don't mean bitch the way you think I mean bitch. When I say bitch, I mean motherfucker. I just like saying bitch. Bitch. It's like motherfucker. That's how I say it. I call everybody bitch. Evelyn, she a bitch. Okay? Bitch. Like, this dude, I don't know how long they've been together. Corey, he's a Mormon. So he already batshit, okay? So he living in Minnesota or Washington, wherever he lives with his Mormon family. He gonna give, this might be season 2 because I don't know how this even got to this point, but he had $40,000 in savings, his life savings. He gave it all to her to open a bar, okay, on the beach in her little shit town and, fix their apartment and all this shit because he loves her. This motherfucker packs up his life. First of all, she comes, meets the family, trashes Mormons, okay, right in front of the family. At the same time saying like, well, I don't know if I really want a family, she's saying. This guy Corey is Mormon. He wants 75 children. He wants to have a bunch of kids and be a family man. He's a good-looking guy. He's got a sweet demeanor. He feels like a good guy. He just wants to be in love. And this bitch is like, nah, I don't know if I want that. That's not my dream. That's not my wish. She says it to his ass over and over and over again, right? He still pack up all his shit and moves to this fucking... Listen, there's third world countries, and then there's the third world area of the third world country. That's where this motherfucker lives, okay? This is the part that pissed me off. This motherfucker gets on a plane to go to Ecuador. He got to take 3 planes to get where she is. When he get to the airport, the bitch ain't there, okay? She ain't at the airport to pick him up. He done uprooted his life, and she ain't at the airport, right? He calls her. This motherfucker says, well, sorry, but you can take the bus. You're a big boy. What? What, bitch? What? I'm a big boy? I would, just on GP, okay? General principle, I would take the bus just to spit in her face. Bitch, you come to the airport and pick me up when I'm changing my life and you got 40,000 of my dollars in the bank for some bullshit ass bar. You don't fucking leave me at the airport. You come get me. She's a monster. I'm just telling you right now. And he's a diva. Like, cause like when you're even the shittiest apartment in LA, what you would consider shitty, the things you have in there, you don't even think about not having. Running water, hot water, air conditioning, or a fan, electrical outlets, stoves, unrusty pots, no bugs. Those kind of things that like you just take for granted in Ecuador, that's just how they fucking live. And then she cheated on his ass with another white dude. He walking around this little fish town. And motherfuckers are calling him the name of the other white dude she was with. And he mad about it. He come to her like, yo, they don't know me. And she's like, and then she goes, well, the other guy was, she basically is like, the other guy was better than you. Like just how her context. I can't stand that couple. I think it's ridiculous. I just think it's ridiculous. Like she had no desire to move to the United States. By the way, I agree with her. He live on some bullshit farm with his Mormon family. There's nothing around. She's like, fuck that. I'd rather be with my family and friends where she's like Queen Bee. You know what I mean? She like an Ecuador 8. You got to go over there and be in Ecuador. Be the Queen Bee of that place. So I totally get why she didn't want to move there. But this couple, I can't stand them. Last couple. To me, most infuriating couple. Laura and Aladin. I don't know. I think his name is Aladin, but it's spelled Aladin. So fuck it. He gonna be Aladin. She 51. Okay. Let's open with Laura 51. Aladin 29. Just chiseled in shape, dude. Laura 51. Like she got like old school pageant hair. She just, you know what I mean? She 51. Let's just, you know what I mean? She let herself go. And she just living her life. She's a strong ass woman. You know what I mean? She's just like, fuck it. This is me. This is who I am. Deal with it. I respect that about her. I don't get why they together. Okay? Not just because of her, but even on her side, like, why would you want to be with some 29-year-old Arab guy who lives in Qatar? Like, not that there's anything wrong with Erik. I'm talking about he actually lives in Qatar and lives by their lifestyle where you can have 4 wives and women aren't treated like, you think women are treated great in that part of the world? There ain't no Me Too movement in fucking Qatar, okay? All right. So they're knee deep in their relationship. And so I'm picking up on this point. They're already married, okay? So they got married, right? She talking shit about the guy. She's super jealous, which I can't stand. I hate jealousy. It really is terrible on a relationship. If you can't get your jealousy intact. You can't you need to work on that. If you're a person that's super jealous, you got to work on that because it is just detrimental to your relationship. So she's super jealous. You know, she's always on his Instagram and shit like, who's this girl? Who's that? Like, who do you think it is, lady? Like, are you kidding me? So he got to block her for 4 days at a time till she cools down. But she's going to move. She has, her son is just the sweetest kid. I love their relationship. It makes me like tear up, because I'm a mama's boy. I was the only child and I live, it's me and my mom. So when I see their relationship, I get it. They are so close. And she's going to leave him to go move to Qatar with this motherfucker who, I don't know what he does. I don't know if he has money. So here's the thing. Okay. Now here's the thing. They say they love each other, whatever the love. I don't get the love. All right. She's going. Now you might say, well, look, she's a 51-year-old woman. Here's this young, handsome, in shape dude. That's what men do, the same thing. Men are with hot younger women. I'm with a hot younger woman. Right. So I get it. You get that thing. Right. But like, for Laura, all she does is trash the dude. Like, she's always talking about how he sucks in bed. Well, if he sucks in bed, why are you going? Like, what? Because that seems to be the thing you go, well, that's what's keeping them together, right? Some kind of weird sexual attraction, because he's obviously into older women. So it's something like, and if that's not going well, what's the fucking point? So she gets on a plane, goes to Qatar. She brings a vibrator because she knows she's 51. So she knows how her junk works. Okay. She knows what she needs. She knows how she needs to get it done. She knows what she needs him to do. She shows him the vibrator and this motherfucker flips out. He's like, oh, fuck you. What I don't, he's like, I should be enough. And that just made me laugh. This is what we're going to end on right now. Like, I don't think that couple's going to work. Their shit is crazy. But guys, don't be afraid of the sex toys that your girl needs. I know some of y'all think you got king dick. I know you think your dick is the best dick ever. And you think you rocking her world. And some of y'all are. You rocking her world. But let me just tell you something. You ain't better than that electronic shit. Face it. Get your girl to come into the room right now. I'll wait. Go on. Tell your girl to come in. I want her to watch this while I'm telling you this. Your dick ain't better than that vibrator. Straight up. That sucker, embrace it. Bring it into the bedroom. Encourage her. Do you, girl? Get it done. Because that sucker just, like, just you. There's nothing you can do. This is bionic man shit, okay? There's nothing your fleshy ass dick can do that this thing. Don't let your ego get in the way of your woman's pleasure. Bring that shit in. Embrace the idea. Even when you tear that pussy up and you know you gave it to her, she's still wants to use that vibrator. Okay? I'm just telling you right now. And I don't want to hear, I know all the jokes that are in the comments right now. Oh, that's you. Well, maybe you did. Nah, motherfucker. I throw down. I know what I got going on. Okay? I'm a pleaser. All right? I go down. I do tongue aerobics. Okay? Don't even think. Don't fool yourself. Daddy take care of business. But I know that those devices. My girl got this one that's like, motherfucker, you could use this shit on a construction site. Okay? I'm just telling you, when you feel the power and you're like, oh, there's nothing I could do there's nothing I could do that's the same as this. You have to understand that we bring other things, the intimacy, the hugging, the kissing, the holding, that connection. Like the really great sex has to do with your mind. Your best sex organ is your brain, you know, and that connection is what they desire and love and need. I would assume, you know, I'm not speaking for women because, you know, all the Me Too shit is about to, you know, go down in the comments. I'm just saying, in my experience, it feels like that is the important part, the connection, the feeling, you know. But when it just comes down to just raw pleasure, when it comes down to like, I need you to feel, man, you ain't better than that fucking machine, man. You like MapQuest, okay? So you like a piece of paper. The directions are on there. It tells you where to go. It's easy to follow, easy to figure out. But that vibrator is that fucking GPS. Turn right here. You know, you are 2 meters away. I mean, that is just the same thing, but different on another level. Anyways, I do recommend watching 90 Day Fiance if you like to hate watch shit. I love hate watching stuff. Like, that show infuriates me. I love watching it. I love sitting in there, and I just watch it like this. Why the fuck would you do that? Who is that? Why would you do that? That's me when I watch it. I just love that it brings out those kinds of emotions in me. So I do suggest you watch it. But the shit is, listen to me, bananas. Okay? The show's bananas. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. I'm just going to start doing way more solo episodes and shorter interviews. The jury has spoken. You know, I guess I'm just looking to see. I don't even know if people are even gonna like this, but it is what it is. This is how I'm gonna do it. I do have some special big episodes coming up, so please watch those. And listen, if you like watching gaming videos, if you're a person who likes to watch games, or just you want to watch me game, I game every day on Twitch, Erik Griffin Gaming. So make sure you follow that too. I love doing that, and I'll continue to bring you Riffin with Griffin. But listen, stay safe out there. You know, I wish you all the best. You know, take care of your loved ones, wear a mask, stay away from your elder people in your life. You know, even if you're a conspiracy theorist, and even if you don't believe this shit, hey, what does it hurt just to make sure, just to be safe? I hear there's a lot of great stuff going on with the vaccines. You know, I do suggest you go to this website called the Milken Institute, made by Michael Milton. He was the junk bond guy from the 80s. He went to jail, and now he's a philanthropist, and he's got a great website that tracks a lot of the vaccines. And there's hundreds of vaccines in clinical trials right now. So I do feel like the scientists are going to like get their shit together and figure this out. So I'm rooting for that. But anyways, that's been another episode of Riffin with Griffin solo. And I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys